Hello, it's Saxon4 here, now ready for another gameplay for us today. Now, this is a Panzer T25, a rather old premium tank in the German tech tree, but as you can see, it's not actually a German tank. It's actually a Czechoslovakian tank, and so I've coloured it in its correct uniform. So as you can see, it looks like the Tier 6 Skoda, rather than the Panzer T25, but nonetheless, here we go. Now, Mines is a map that a lot of people don't actually like. They say it's too small, they say it's too compact. Now, the key thing on this map is to try and take control of the hill. Now, the hill gives you really strong map control, which is why I always start the maps on either side, both the north and the south. To take the hill equals win the game. Now, of course, that's not an exact science, but it really does give your team a huge advantage to capture the hill. Now, the enemies here managed to get on first, but I'm going forwards. I'm getting that hill. I take a hit there from the T-Type 64, and I decide to go left because the enemies have not rushed to the middle bit and to shoot us as we come onto the hill, which gives us a nice chance to clear the Type 64 and to control our hill. So the enemy there completely outnumbered and dies. Now, if you notice the matchmaking, we are in a Tier 6 battle. So this is going to be interesting because obviously Tier 5 is going to be a bit outclassed. But I find actually in these +1 matchmakings, really it's not too bad. You have to modify your strategy a bit, but you can still do well. Look at that there. What on earth was that enemy AMX doing? Horrible RNG there with only the critical, but I'd finish him off. And we're already on 2 kills and the game has just begun. Now, this tank I've barely played, to be honest with you. I only bought it to change its colour. And I fancied a bit low tier or mid tier gameplay today, so we're in Tier 5s with my lovely friends Junior, Emir and Joe, both of whom have been featured on this channel before. So this game actually was quite a close game. A lot of people are used to those 15-0s, 15-3 sort of games, but this one was one which we really had to think to win. So as you can see the loadouts here, this tank has quite a high penetration, so I don't take a lot of those gold rounds. The tank suffers, in my opinion, from a poor mobility and poor DPM, but it's quite balanced and has a good load of strengths. It also does not have preferential matchmaking, which I find does hamper its ability at Tier 5 to be comfortable. Everybody loves those Tier 5s with the preferential matchmaking because it's one of the tiers that actually preferential matchmaking really comes alive. The best Tier 5s and indeed some of the best Tier 7s are those with preferential matchmaking because it doesn't suffer from the same issues that Tier 8 preferential matchmaking tanks do. Because obviously we now know that Tier 3s no longer see Tier 5s, you do not have that same issue at Tier 8s where you hardly ever see Tier 6s. At Tier 5s, you very often do still see Tier 4s, and not seeing Tier 7s really is a godsend. So we start off this battle with our team in a comfortable lead, 2 tanks and a 1000 HP advantage. Now this is crucial here. I know that if you do not rush the middle early on, you simply end in stalemate. So I take a very risky move here. Look, a lot of people would have said you're foolish. A lot of damage taken, look at that, already down to 179. But now I've taken a key part of the map moving forward. If you have control of the hill, you really do need someone to come and spot the enemies. Otherwise you can't make use of that hill. Now, of course, we've got to try and kill this Panther, or the French Panther, but I'm really happy now that I've captured this position. Hopefully the team follows me and covers me while I spot the enemies now. I know, first things first, we need to get rid of this Panther, and he's probably looking at me over there. And as you can see, my damage is only reasonable at the moment, 520, but I've taken a lot of hits in return. But my strategy was indeed that, to take those hits to get into this good position. And this is what a lot of people forget. You can use your HP. Don't just sit back so afraid always to even take one hit. The good players will know, and I'm not saying I'm a good player, I'm saying I'm average. But good players I've seen from watching know when to sacrifice HP to get a really good spot. Now, look at this. I can now get 2 shots in the side of the Panther and he can't hit me. Because as he turns his turret to the right to shoot my allies, I've got clear shots onto his side, and that's how you set up a lovely kill zone. Because at any one time, he can only be pointing his turret one way. Now, if I can get hits while he looks the other way, I'm in a very good spot for some opportunistic shots. 7-6, so we're not running away in the lead here. Despite the fact we've got good positions, the enemy has dug in well. On the enemy team, you can see they've got a Grillet, they've got a ARV, the tier 6 French tank destroyer, they've got some Panthers, T-34 85Ms. Now that thing is really overpowered. We've seen that featured on my channel before. That really is a nasty tank for low tiers, and look at this. Oh, what a beautiful shot there. 3 kills, 810 damage, and now we can really get to work using this position. Now I've cleared the back. So what I'm going to do is just pop my head over the rocks, try and spot any enemies camping in those bushes there. Oh, the artillery and the tier 6 tank destroyer spotted. Now hopefully my team can finish these off, which they're doing now. I go up slightly because I hate artillery, really I want to finish it off. However, when it's like this close, you really want to be taking the guns out of the game. And then I take 2 hits there from camping AT2s, and now I'm left with 31 HP. Oh dear, perhaps that was a mistake. I still stand by my decisions because we managed to take out one of the tier 5 M10s, and we've spotted and weakened severely the enemy team camping by that rock. 9-9, and now there's no longer the lead, but really I do not know what these 2 AT2s were doing. These were good players. I checked their stats. They've got a thickly armoured tank, and they spent the whole game camping. Bonkers, if you ask me. Have they had a mind transplant? Was their brothers playing the game? Because that is not how 52% players play the game. Camping in an assault tank destroyer on mines? Goodness me, there's something wrong with them. Nonetheless, the main focus now, I would say, we need to get rid of that Hellcat, so that on the one line there, we can move up along the K line and spot on the sides. But unfortunately, the enemy Hellcat finishes off our M10, and now we're at a HP advantage and drawing on the tanks. So this is not a good position for our team to be in, and I've got no HP now to play with. One shot and I am gone. So keep an eye on my friendly Skoda T25, the one I made my tank look like. He is going to be invaluable for the success of this team. I'm thinking, damn, we're now losing one tank down and losing HP. I don't know what the ARL was doing. I think, look, I need to try and spot this Hellcat. I spot the artillery. I'm thinking I'm not spotted yet. Now I am. I got the shot in. I withdraw. I am still very concerned about where that Hellcat is. He is my main concern at this moment. And also the AR. Excellent blind shot from the Skoda there. Very good shooting. Now, this gives me a bit more room, but remember, the Hellcat is still around. I'm now thinking, right, what do I do? Excellent, the Hellcat has made a mistake. He, rather than staying hidden, he's trying to kill me, not realizing that the Skoda can make mincemeat of mistakes with its amazing 3-shot autoloader. Has low penetration, but of course, Hellcats have no armor. Now this gives us breathing room, and it gives us crucial time to think. We know those AT2s are camping. I'm thinking, right, I need to just try and spot for now. My initial reaction was, if I go here, maybe if the AT2s would come after me together, I'll spot them, move back in. Alas, they seem to be having a very nice camping trip over there. Maybe they've got some marshmallows in the fire, because they have not moved an inch. Beats me. What were they thinking? I do not know. So, bit of team play here. The Skoda on my team says, go over there, the K-line. And I'm thinking, yes, boss. We know the artillery is 1 HP, but of course, artillery in this game is ridiculous. Even with this low HP, and I'm a huge target, don't forget. RNG is going to blast me into oblivion. The good thing, however, is that artillery has low view range, and I've just seen him fire. So I'm thinking, lovely, I'm going to finish him off. The little artillery so-and-so. I'm not going to use an expletive here, but there we go. 5 kills, and I'm spotted though. And I know there are AT2s around. Crucially here, I go back, behind the bushes, behind the rock. Wait for me to disappear from the enemy minimap, and I'm going to try and use those wrecks to spot and perhaps maybe get a few shots myself. But my main priority was just to spot the enemies for the Skoda, and also for our artillery, the M41 HMC. 5 minutes left on the clock. Beautiful Rex, I've spotted him, or someone spotted him. Oh damn it, he's behind the house. What do I do? And I'm spotted, and I'm panicking now. I'm thinking, oh my god, have I blown it? They're shooting the Rex. This tank is large. I can't risk even a pixel shot, so I'm going back, and back. Try and use that rock. I don't know where the other 82 is as well, but I'm trying to use that rock and the bushes to cover me. They're telling the artillery now to go on the 8-9 line, and it's this situation where any mistakes, you've got to throw the game. So this is where you really need to think. Sometimes in the battles, you've got to think fast to push. Take note of those small advantages in the gaps in the enemy lines. In this experience, what you've got to do is think. You've still got enough time. The map is small. We know where the enemies are roughly. So what you do not want to do is be hasty, rush into a mistake, and the enemies will punish you for it. We are effectively stalemate. Even though we have one tank lead, the enemy have a slight HP advantage, but of course one of our tanks is artillery, which is not the best. However, we do have a Skoda, and I've now switched to APCR just to be sure to punch through that armor. The best thing about the 82s for me is that they're quite flat. Now I'm thinking, right, the enemies aren't going to move. The best opportunity for me is to flank this way. The Skoda says, wait, don't move. Now I'm thinking, really? However, this is what's called a pincer movement. We're going to go one side, because the 82 is a very small traverse space. Can't move its gun left or right far. So, even if I get taken out, if I can spot him, possibly the Skoda can finish him off. I do not obviously want to leave my teammate alone. I want to try and help him, especially as he's low HP himself. And don't forget, neither of us are going to be bouncing those shots. They're using the 6-pounders, as we know we got attacked by them before with the APCR, so they've got 180 penetration, and they're going to be spitting them out like a machine gun. I'm going to move up slowly here. I'm thinking, where's the other one? Am I spotted? See, it's times like this, slow movements, creeping forward inch by inch, gets you the victory. Not by rushing forward like an EBR. You need to use your brain and think. I see the enemy. Where is he facing? Yes, he's facing the other way now. I need to aim, and aim. This has got a long aim time. I'm spotted. Shoot now. Yes. I'm being a bit risky, but he messed up. He got jammed. One left. 182 left. Is this in the bag? We don't know. He's not moving himself. I can't get round the flank. I'm going to be a bit sneaky here. Should we go in front of him? Oh, look at that. Look at that. He doesn't know what he's doing. Look. The little weak spot pointing up over the rubble. Look at these gaps. Look at these gaps. Another shot there. Look, he's going to shoot me. He's going to shoot me. I'm going to shoot him. Oh, what a victory. 7 kills. 7 kills in a tier 5. In a tier 6 game. Let's not forget that. Excellent teamwork by the Skoda T25. His name was Lida. 2015. Fantastic game. I hope you enjoyed watching that, because I thoroughly enjoyed playing it. See you soon, YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe.